In every corner of human existence, connection is not just desired but often deemed essential. From our earliest memories, we are taught the value of relationships, whether familiar, romantic, or platonic. Of these, friendship often emerges as one of the purest forms of connection, marked by voluntary mutual affection. Unlike family, whom we are born into, or romantic partners with whom we may share expectations, friendships are often seen as a chosen bond. For many, friends act as companions through life's highs and lows, providing emotional support, shared laughter, and a sense of belonging. But what happens when a person, specifically a woman, finds herself without this circle of support? The absence of friends in a woman's life can be isolating, misunderstood, and deeply stigmatized, even though it is far more common than most people acknowledge. The subject of women who have no friends is a sensitive and multifaceted one, touching on societal expectations, individual circumstances, and the fundamental human need for belonging. While society often celebrates extroversion and social connections, it can inadvertently marginalize or judge those who lack these relationships. For women, who are traditionally expected to excel in forming and maintaining relationships, the absence of friends can be particularly conspicuous. This societal lens often ignores the resilience, adaptability, and inner strength of women who navigate life without the typical support system of close friendships. To fully understand the experience of a woman with no friends, it is important to consider the deeper implications of friendship in human life. Why do we place such value on friendships? How do they shape our emotional and psychological well-being? What does their absence mean, and why does it occur? By addressing these questions, we can begin to appreciate the unique challenges faced by women without friends and the societal changes needed to foster inclusivity and understanding. Human beings are inherently social creatures driven by an innate desire to connect with others. This need for connection is rooted in our evolutionary history. Cooperation and bonding have always been essential for survival. Psychologists often cite Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a theory that ranks human motivations in a pyramid-like structure to explain why relationships are so important. At the base of this pyramid are physiological needs like food and shelter, followed by safety needs. The third level, belongingness and love, underscores the critical role of relationships in human well-being. Friendships are a primary way to fulfill this need, providing a sense of acceptance, understanding, and companionship. For women, this need for connection is often amplified by societal expectations. From a young age, girls are encouraged to form tight-knit friendships, express emotions openly, and invest in nurturing relationships. These expectations are reinforced by cultural narratives, media portrayals, and traditional gender roles. While boys are often socialized to value independence and competition, girls are taught the importance of collaboration, empathy, and emotional intimacy. This emphasis on relationships continues into adulthood, where women are often seen as the emotional anchors of families, workplaces, and communities. Given these expectations, it can be particularly challenging for women who find themselves without close friends. Their lack of a social circle may be misinterpreted as a personal failing, when in reality, it is often the result of complex personal, social, and cultural factors. For some women, the absence of friends is a matter of circumstance rather than choice. Life events such as moving to a new city, changing jobs, or entering a new stage of life can disrupt existing relationships and make it difficult to form new ones. For others, the challenge lies in overcoming personal barriers such as shyness, introversion, or past experiences of rejection or betrayal. The reasons why a woman may have no friends are as diverse as women themselves. Personal factors play a significant role, shaping the way individuals perceive and approach relationships. For example, a woman who is naturally introverted may find social interactions draining, preferring solitude over the energy-intensive process of building and maintaining friendships. This preference does not necessarily mean she does not value connection, rather it reflects her unique way of navigating the world. Similarly, a woman who has experienced rejection or betrayal in the past may be hesitant to open herself up to new friendships, fearing a repeat of those painful experiences. Trust, once broken, can be difficult to rebuild, and the emotional cost of vulnerability can feel too high. In addition to personal factors, life circumstances can significantly impact a woman's ability to form and maintain friendships. Consider the example of a woman who frequently relocates for work. Each move requires her to start over, building relationships from scratch in unfamiliar environments. While some people thrive in such situations, others may struggle to adapt, feeling disconnected and isolated. Similarly, major life transitions such as becoming a mother, losing a loved one, or retiring can disrupt existing social networks and create new barriers to forming connections. A mother, for instance, may find herself consumed by the demands of caregiving, leaving little time or energy for maintaining friendships. Meanwhile, a retiree may face the loss of workplace connections and struggle to find new avenues for social interaction. Social factors further complicate the picture, influencing not only the availability of it, but also their quality and depth. Modern society, with its fast-paced lifestyle and increasing reliance on technology, has changed the way people interact. While digital platforms have made it easier to connect with others, they often lack the intimacy and authenticity of face-to-face interactions. Online friendships, while valuable, may not provide the same level of emotional support or closeness as traditional friendships. Additionally, toxic or competitive social environments can make it difficult for women to form genuine connections. In workplaces, for example, professional rivalries or cliques may create an atmosphere of distrust or exclusion, hindering the development of meaningful relationships. The impact of having no friends is profound, touching every aspect of a woman's life. Loneliness, often dismissed as a minor inconvenience, is a complex and deeply felt emotion that can have serious consequences for mental and physical health. Women who lack social support are more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. The absence of friends can also contribute to feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt, as women compare themselves to societal ideals of friendship and connection. Over time, these feelings can erode a woman's sense of self-worth, creating a cycle of isolation that becomes increasingly difficult to break. Yet, it is important to distinguish between loneliness and solitude. While loneliness is characterized by a feeling of disconnection or lack of belonging, solitude is the state of being alone without necessarily feeling lonely. Many women who lack close friends find solace and fulfillment in solitude, using this time to pursue hobbies, develop skills, or engage in self-reflection. Solitude can be a source of personal growth, allowing women to build resilience and discover their own strengths. For some, it becomes a deliberate choice, a way to focus on their own goals and priorities without the distractions or pressures of social relationships. For women who do experience loneliness, coping often involves finding alternative sources of connection and support. Family members, colleagues, and acquaintances can provide companionship and understanding, even if they do not fulfill the same role as close friends. Professional help, such as therapy or support groups, can also be invaluable in addressing feelings of isolation and building confidence. In some cases, women channel their energy into creative or altruistic endeavors, finding purpose and meaning in helping others or pursuing their passions. Society's role in shaping the experiences of women without friends cannot be ignored. Unfortunately, there is a persistent stigma attached to solitude, particularly for women. A woman without friends is often seen as an anomaly, a deviation from the norm. She may be labeled as antisocial, cold, or unapproachable, even when her circumstances are beyond her control. Media representations frequently reinforce these stereotypes, portraying solitary women as pitiable, eccentric, or even villainous. Such portrayals ignore the complexity and diversity of women's experiences, reducing their lives to simplistic and often negative narratives. To combat this stigma, it is essential to foster a culture of empathy and inclusivity. This begins with challenging societal assumptions and recognizing that every woman's journey is unique. Women without friends are not less than or incomplete. They are individuals with their own stories, strengths, and aspirations. By creating spaces where women can connect authentically, whether through community events, workplace initiatives, or online platforms, we can help bridge the gap and reduce feelings of isolation. For women seeking to build or rebuild friendships, the journey is often both challenging and rewarding. The process of forming meaningful relationships as an adult is markedly different from the effortless friendships of childhood or adolescence. As children, proximity and shared experiences such as attending the same school or living in the same neighborhood serve as natural catalysts for connection. However, adult life comes with its own complexities, time constraints, competing priorities, and a heightened awareness of social dynamics. These challenges can make the prospect of seeking out new friendships daunting, particularly for women who have experienced isolation for an extended period. One of the first steps in building friendships is acknowledging and addressing the emotional barriers that may exist. Women who have faced rejection, betrayal, or social exclusion in the past may carry a lingering fear of vulnerability. This fear, while understandable, can create a self-imposed barrier to connection. Overcoming it often requires a conscious effort to challenge negative beliefs about oneself and others. Therapy, self-help books, or even conversations with trusted family members can be instrumental in this process, helping women rebuild their confidence and open their hearts to new possibilities. Practical strategies for fostering connections include engaging in activities that align with one's interests and values. Joining clubs, taking classes, or participating in volunteer work can provide opportunities to meet like-minded individuals in a low-pressure setting. These environments often encourage natural interactions, allowing friendships to develop organically over time. For example, a woman with a passion for hiking might join a local outdoor group where shared experiences on the trail can pave the way for deeper connections. Similarly, volunteering for a cause she cares about can create a sense of camaraderie with others who share her commitment. In today's digital age, online platforms have become an increasingly popular way to meet new people. Social media apps and online communities offer women the chance to connect with others who share their interests or life circumstances regardless of geographical location. While these platforms have their limitations, such as the lack of face-to-face interaction, they can serve as a valuable starting point for building relationships. For instance, online groups centered around hobbies, professional networking, or parenting can provide a supportive space for women to share experiences, seek advice, and form meaningful connections. Building friendships also requires patience and persistence. Unlike the instant gratification of social media, real-life relationships take time to grow and deepen. It is important for women to manage their expectations, understanding that not every interaction will lead to a lasting friendship. Rejection, while disappointing, is a natural part of the process and should not be taken as a reflection of one's worth. Instead, it can be viewed as an opportunity to learn and refine one's approach to socializing. Another key aspect of forming friendships is the ability to be vulnerable and authentic. True connection requires a willingness to share one's thoughts, feelings, and experiences, even at the risk of being misunderstood. For women who have spent years guarding their emotions, this level of openness can feel uncomfortable or even intimidating. However, it is through vulnerability that trust and intimacy are built, paving the way for deeper and more meaningful relationships. While individual effort is crucial, society also has a role to play in fostering connections and reducing isolation. Communities can create initiatives and programs that encourage social interaction, such as group activities, workshops, or neighborhood events. Workplaces can promote inclusivity by organizing team-building exercises or offering support groups for employees. Schools and universities can teach young people the value of empathy and communication, laying the foundation for healthy relationships in adulthood. One inspiring example of a successful community initiative is the rise of friendship cafes or loneliness workshops, which have been implemented in various cities around the world. These spaces provide a welcoming environment where people of all ages and backgrounds can come together to socialize, share stories, and support one another. Similarly, mentorship programs that pair experienced professionals with newcomers in their field can create opportunities for connection and mutual growth. Media also has a responsibility to challenge stereotypes and portray a more nuanced view of women without friends. Instead of reinforcing negative tropes, stories can highlight the resilience and inner strength of women who navigate life independently. Films, books, and television shows can explore themes of solitude, personal growth, and the journey toward connection in a way that inspires empathy and understanding. By normalizing diverse experiences of friendship and connection, media can help shift societal attitudes and reduce the stigma associated with being alone. At the heart of this discussion lies a fundamental truth: every woman deserves to feel seen, valued, and supported. Whether she has a large circle of friends, a single confidant, or none at all, her worth is not defined by her social relationships. Women who live without close friendships are not failures or anomalies. They are individuals with unique stories and strengths. Their experiences, while challenging, can also be deeply enriching, offering opportunities for self-discovery, resilience, and personal growth. To women who find themselves in this position, it is important to remember that connection is always possible. Life is unpredictable, and the opportunity to form meaningful relationships can arise at any time. By remaining open to new experiences and willing to take small steps toward connection, women can build the relationships they seek while also appreciating the value of their own company. In conclusion, the experience of a woman with no friends is one that deserves greater attention and empathy. It is a journey marked by both challenges and triumphs, shaped by personal circumstances, societal expectations, and the universal human need for connection. By fostering a culture of inclusivity, reducing stigma, and creating opportunities for meaningful interaction, we can ensure that every woman feels supported and valued. Let us remember that true connection begins with understanding and compassion, both for ourselves and for others.